Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, today we're going to be talking about how to save $10,000 in a year. Now, I know that may seem like a task that's impossible, but with the right tips and strategies, it can be achievable. So, here are some tips on how to save $10,000 in a year. Tip number one is you want to create a budget. So, you want to track all your expenses for a month or two and put them in order, categorize them. Then you can determine which expenses you can reduce or eliminate. This will help you free up some money to put towards your saving goals. So that's very important. So look at what you're spending your money on and really determine, do I really need this? Do I need to reduce this? Do I really need Netflix? Do I really need, HBO Max? Am I even watching these channels? So you can go and look and see what you're really spending your money on and how to reduce or eliminate some of those different things. Tip number two, eating out. So eating out can be very expensive. So consider cooking your meals at home instead of dining out. So you'll not only save money, but you also could be eating healthier. Just because you go out doesn't necessarily mean you're eating healthier, but it could be a benefit to make your own food at home because then you're knowing how much sugar you're putting in, how much salt you're putting in. So it can eventually become healthier because you already know what you're putting in it. So if you have a backyard, consider growing your own vegetables, herbs, and fruit. That way it can save you a lot of money. Plus, you know what's being on put on your fruit because at some stores, they could be putting different types of pesticides or things like that on your fruit. So if you're, growing your own fruits and things like that, that way you know what exactly is going into your fruit and vegetables and your herbs. Tip number three. So transportation costs can add up very quickly. So maybe you can consider walking, riding your bike, or maybe taking transportation like public transportation instead of driving. This can help you save money on gas, parking, and maintenance on your car. You can also consider carpooling if possible with people you may work with that you guys may live close to each other and you guys can switch off. That can also help as well. Tip number four, using coupons when you shop. So you can check on discounts and promo codes before making purchases. So right before you go out and you do your shopping, you can prepare ahead of time and start looking for different deals and different coupons that you can use. So you can also sign up for like newsletters and loyalty programs to get exclusive offers. You can also get like cash back from different types of apps and things like that, like Rakuten to name one. There's different little apps that you can do and you can get cash back for certain things that you're buying at the store. Tip number five is you can consider doing some freelance work or taking on a part-time job or a remote job or doing some side hustles on the side so that extra money can help you reach your saving goals faster. You can also sell items you no longer need or use to make some extra money, or you can sell on places like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, to name a few places. You can be looking into even starting a YouTube channel if you want. Yeah, I know YouTube, you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, but you never know. If you have some type of knowledge, you can share that with someone and you don't know what your channel can do, how fast and how quickly it can grow, to be able to save that $10,000. So consider some freelance work, consider a remote job, consider some part-time work that you can do to bring in some more income to help you reach that $10,000 goal. Tip number six is save money on your utility bills by, being mindful on your energy consumption. So you can turn off lights and appliances, things that are plugged up, you can unplug them. Make sure your kids are not, having the TV on in a certain part of the house, but then they're downstairs or upstairs and they're not even watching the TV. Make sure you're really paying attention to what your children are doing too, because sometimes I notice in my household, sometimes the TV can be downstairs on, but they're upstairs, or vice versa, or their light could be on in their bathroom or in their room. So you can go around the house and just make sure that things are being unplugged and you are using energy efficient light bulbs and things like that to make sure you are saving so your utility bill will not be high. Tip number seven is you can automate your savings. So you can set up like automatic transfers to your savings account each month. This way you won't forget to save and you won't be tempted to spend the money, because sometimes if you don't put that money aside, that money will be spent, especially if you go to the store and you see something you want that you don't need, or you buy food from the grocery store that you don't need, or your kids want certain things. If you put this money so it can automatically be taken out of your savings or taken out of your checking or wherever and moved over to your savings, you know that that money every month is being put over there and you don't have to worry about you doing it on your own. It'll automatically do it. Tip 8 is you can prioritize paying off high interest debt, such as like your credit cards and that debt that you have with your credit cards. You can make a plan to pay off your debt as quickly as possible and avoid taking on more debt in the meantime if possible. So if there's something you want, if you don't have the money for it, don't get it. If you want this next, this new phone or this new laptop or this new iPad, and if you really don't need it, don't go ahead and use that credit card to buy it. And if you don't have the money to buy it without having to use your credit card, then don't get it. Tip number 9 is you can negotiate your bills. So you can call your service providers and ask if there are any promotions or discounts available. I know I do that every once in a while. I would call the cable company and see if there's any type of promotions that they have going on, or maybe there's another type of deal where I can switch from where I am now to something lower, because I really don't watch TV like that, especially in my household. I know a lot of people have all these different channels and they don't even watch them, and I know that's me in my household because I'm really the only one that watch TV and I only watch a couple of channels. So it's like if you can call them and ask them if there's another type of program that's lower than what you currently are on, to see if you can save some extra money. You can also negotiate your rent if possible. You can ask your landlord. Maybe your landlord can lower your rent a little bit lower if you decide to maybe keep up the landscaping or things like that. Or maybe you have some experience in doing plumbing or knowing how to fix things. Maybe they can lower, your rent if you're willing to keep the house, when they don't have to really go and pay a handyman or go and pay a landscaper to do the work. But you can just lower it. You can ask them to lower it for you by you just doing those things instead of them hiring someone else. That can be an option that you can actually ask your landlord for. Tip number 10. So exercising outdoors instead of paying for a gym membership. I know a lot of people pay a lot of money, my sister included, to have a gym membership, to have a personal trainer. You can go for a run or do some bodyweight exercises in a park or on a trail. You can also check YouTube. There's a lot of great workout videos on YouTube for free, and you can get awesome results. I can attest to that. I've been working with a lady for a long time, for years, and it really can make a difference. You can really get into really good shape by working, exercising off of YouTube. You can really save a lot of money monthly and yearly because you're not paying for anything except for maybe some dumbbells or something you may need. But if you already have dumbbells, you don't really have to worry about that. So exercising outdoors or using some free resources to save money on, so you don't have to spend any extra money on a gym membership. Tip 11, you can save your spare change. So you can put all your spare change in a jar or a piggy bank or whatever you like to put it in, and then you can deposit it into your savings account at the end of each month. You can do it weekly if you want. However it works for you, it'll just be a good way to save the extra change that you may have in your pocket. Or just laying around in your purse. I have so much change in my purse that's just sitting around, or in your cup holder in your car. You can be putting that into a jar and saving that and depositing it into your account. And there you have it, some tips on how to save $10,000 in a year. Remember, it takes discipline and perseverance, but it's achievable. Start by creating a budget, reducing your expenses, and finding ways to earn extra money with time and effort. You'll be able to reach your saving goals. And always remember to consult with a financial professional before making any major financial decisions. And best of luck on your journey towards financial success. God bless you.